Hello beautiful people, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Oluchi, and if you see me for the first time, you're welcome to my channel. If you've always been here, thank you for always being here. On this channel I talk about cake business, being a digital entrepreneur, and also digital skills that would help you stand out globally. In today's video I want to share with you my tech stack. I know I've talked about something like this years before, but in this video I want to be sharing with you the things that I use now that help me run my business a little just a little bit easier. And if it's something you're interested in, I would encourage you to stay and to watch. You know how we do it. Get something to eat, drink, relax, and I'll be right back. Without further ado, let's jump right in. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is my Google Calendar. Oh my Lord. I love using my Google Calendar. If I show you what it looks like, it is color coded. There are so many things happening on there, and it's just a way for me to keep track. So if I have to order a topper, if I have to follow up with a client or a customer, if I have to purchase baking items, these are the things that I put on there apart from my daily life, apart from running my family, doing other things, responsibilities and tasks that I have to do. My Google Calendar helps me organize things, to keep things organized. So if you want to have an organized life, then use your Google Calendar. You can color code things. Purchasing cake ingredients in a certain color code. You can color code things so that it's easy for you to identify, and then it reminds you. And there's one key thing I want to share with you. For me, I put reminders from like 2 weeks before. So it starts counting down. So 2 weeks before I need to get that thing done, the reminder pops up on my phone. So 2 weeks, 1 week, 2 days, 1 day, 10 minutes before, 1 hour before, as much as you can take. Schedule it that way. It keeps popping so you remember, and when you see it, don't snooze it. Take action. All right. The second one I use is Canva. I use Canva a lot, and today I'm going to add Pixel Lab. So I use Pixel Lab now. I use Canva for creating my graphics. So if I have to do a class, a webinar, I'm using Canva. If I have to do a slide, a presentation, a slide deck, a presentation, I'm using Canva. If I have to, what else do I use it for? If I have to do a recipe book, I use Canva. So I've used it to create an ebook. I've used it to do recipe notes for my online baking classes. Yes, I have an online baking class. In case you're interested, you want to learn how to bake amazing cakes, then you should be texting, or then you should be messaging this email address down below. But that's some of the things I use Canva for. It just makes it so easy for me. If you cannot do it, it's good you outsource it. But for me, I use Canva to do those things. I also use Pixel Lab to create my flyers, my graphics for my page. So those are the two things that I use currently. The third one is InShot and CapCut. Formerly, I was using InShot. I use InShot strictly for editing my videos, but right now I use it for watermarking my photos. I do my video editing currently on CapCut. Formerly, it was InShot. I still use InShot, but I think I do more of CapCut now for editing my photos, for editing my videos most especially, and for editing my photos. I sometimes use CapCut, or I use InShot. I also use Snapseed, but not as much. So if you want to talk about video editing, photo editing, I'm looking at InShot, CapCut, and then Snapseed. For photo editing, I use Lightroom. So that's the fourth one. So I use Lightroom strictly for editing my photos. And these apps have free features and they also have the paid ones. So you know what you're looking at and what you can afford at the moment. So if you want more features, premium features, to do more things, more access to templates, then you want to upgrade and use the paid version of these apps. Okay? My InShot is paid, my CapCut is free. So whatever rocks your boat is fine. The fifth one is Bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is an invoicing app, and any of the tools I mentioned here, please, they are not paid ads. I'm not advertising any brand. I'm just sharing my tech stack and what I use to make life easy, the tech I use to make my business easy as a digital entrepreneur. So the next one is Bookkeeping, which is an invoicing app, and I've been using it for years. I started using it before I relocated to the United Kingdom. Right now, they've moved to the paid version, so it's no longer free. So if you have to use it, you need to pay. Of course, you will have access to more features. But I use the Bookkeeping. It helps me with invoicing. With that, I can send invoices to my clients via WhatsApp. I can do that via Instagram. I can do that via email, whatever one I choose. And also you can integrate your payment platform to it so that you can get paid right there and then. That's how good Bookkeeping is. It gives you a preview when you're done putting your details on. So I can use a fictitious one, just show you what it looks like. And then you can preview it before you send it off to your clients. Now that's what you use Bookkeeping for. Oh, did I mention carousel? So I use Canva. I also use Canva for carousels. So yeah, let's just add that to the Canva list. Next on my list, number 6, are my AI tools. I'm such an AI girly. I use it to, formerly I was not on the AI bandwagon, but I've had to use it to make my life easier. I've had to use it to help me refine things. I've had to use it to draft emails. I've had to use it to create captions. I've had to use it to do scripting. I've had to use it to create visual representations, images of the things that I want to do. If I want to pitch for opportunities, I can use AI to help me create a visual representation that I can use to pitch to brands, to businesses. So you can use that. I have ChatGPT, I have Claude in my bank, I have Gemini as well, and I have Copilot. But the one I use mostly is GPT, I think. The other ones are nice, they're great. I use them, but my go-to is ChatGPT. So I use it to do research. I use it for a lot of things. So if you're not using AI, what's happening? Why are you not using it to make your life easier? Okay, it's not like you copy everything hook, like, and sinker, hook, like, and sinker, hook, line, and sinker. So when you get that information or whatever it provides for you, you want to refine it. Of course, you want to do your own caption or your own stories and then give it to refine. And when it does, you still want to prompt it in a way that it's not sounding machine-like or robot-like. Okay? You get to that part, you can use it better. You get to that part, you can refine things and then use it to better your life. So please join us. Okay. The next one is my inbuilt notes app. So it's a notes app on my phone. When I get caption ideas, when I get video ideas such as this, and I don't want to lose it, I'm writing it down. If I have to go shopping for cake ingredients, I'm writing it down so that I do not forget. And that's what that does for me. So you're scripting, you're writing, and I also use it as a brag file. So my wins file is in my notes. The good feedback I receive, a lot of things. So I just use it to write down thoughts, do brain dumps, use it to brainstorm, use it to take note of ideas. These are some of the things that I use my notes app for. So you can check your phone. You can check your phone. There's an inbuilt notes app, one that comes with your phone that you can use to write down your thoughts, and you can use to basically just put things. If you want to write it on your notes app or use pen and paper. Anyone that works is fine. The next on the list is Calendly. I use Calendly to schedule my meetings. So if I have to do meetings with clients, I'm using Calendly to schedule those meetings. So you book and then we can have that meeting. So it's pretty easy to use. Of course, there's the free and there's the paid, but for now I'm the free girly. Okay. The next one is Zoom and Meet for my meetings. So if I have to do webinars, I use Zoom. If I have to have it recorded for replay so that I can share with my students or have it as part of my digital products or assets, I'm using the paid version of Zoom so that I can have it recorded and it's stored in the cloud. So for my meetings, classes, it is either I'm using Zoom, especially for webinars, I'm using Zoom, most like Zoom. But if it's just maybe one I don't have to record, I could use Meet for meetings. So those are the things that I use for my video meetings. Okay. I think that's all for now. If there's anyone I remember, I'll let you know. But can you tell me, what does your tech stack look like? What are the things that you use to help schedule, to help put things in place? I've used Metrical to schedule before, and I've also used, of course, Instagram. I use Instagram to schedule my posts. So all of them you see. Formerly, I used to do real time, but right now, I schedule some of my posts so that it just goes out when it's ready. Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like button, and I'll see you in my next one. Until I see my next video, stay happy, stay safe, and stay blessed.